been here 2 weeks? How long have you been in Pittsburgh?
I've been here, just around 2 weeks. Yes, sir.
What do you think?
So far, I came in, 2 or 3 days before camp started. I came in, I had one of my former teammates transfer here as well, so I've been living with him, but I haven't really had too much of an opportunity to step out into the city. But as far as, the facility, the program, the coaches, the culture, I think I came in and fit right in. It's really a pro atmosphere, and that was part of the reason why I chose Pitt. Not only is it just a prestigious school and a historical school. We're sitting right here by the Steelers, and there's just this pro atmosphere going on, especially being in a city. I think there's a level of maturity you have to have being here, and I really look at it as like a prequel to where I want to be. So I feel like this is a fantastic atmosphere to get me ready.
Notre Dame obviously has a ton of rivals there, schools that would consider Notre Dame a rival, and Pitt is typically considered one of them. But at Notre Dame, do you guys consider Pitt a rival when you decide to come here?
I wasn't really thinking too much into it in that aspect. I feel like I had my time at Notre Dame. I put in my work. I affected the team and games in the way that I could. But as far as my decision, it didn't really affect it much. I wasn't really weighing that, as a thing. Once I decided to enter the portal, I kind of put Notre Dame in the past, try to stay present, stay conscious of where my feet are, try not to miss the moment and just keep moving forward.
They have, they brought three top running backs back from last season. What did the coaches tell you they needed, and kind of what was their, what role did they tell you could fill here?
Basically, it's all up to me. I get as much playing time as I earn, and that's exactly what I wanted to hear. I could have gone somewhere and been the guy right away, or dropped down a level and been the guy right away, but that wasn't exactly what I wanted. And then you look around not only college football, but especially the NFL, guys are running by committee now. There's not really too many teams that are running with one back. And as far as the backs, I watched your film and I saw how good they were, and I'll be honest, that made me happier. I feel like I'm a good back. I need to be around good backs. That's going to push me to be even better. So, that was big. I feel like having the three returners come back really, made me want to come even more. I'm a competitor at heart. You feel me? I feel I wouldn't have been doing myself justice to go somewhere where, I just step into a role where, I'm automatically the man. I feel like that just, it's not, it's not as much substance there, so.
It's a unique outlook. A lot of running backs or any position wouldn't want to come to a team that's so stocked in one particular position, their position.
Yeah, and I think I still do have aspirations to win a national championship. So I feel like this team's loaded from offensively and defensively. That was another thing. So I actually played against Pitt in 2020. I scored against them, but we really beat them pretty badly. They had their third string quarterback in, but on the flight back, all we could say was we're sore, and that team beat us up. The scoreboard didn't show it, but that defense, the defense that I go against every day, that defense is going to make me better. It's going to take me to levels I never could even reach. The athletes out here they're just different, and that's coming from Notre Dame. I played with the best athletes, the top athletes, and coming out here with these guys, I'm like, whoa, they may be even more stocked. You know what I mean?
Speaking of coming over here with Shane and spending some time rooming with him together when you got here, right? What's it been like, having a friend and someone like that to make this transition together with? And did you even talk together about your decision when you're both in the portal about where you're going to end up?
We didn't talk together really. He came in the spring. I really waited till the last moment to enter the portal, but he definitely has helped my transition, helped keep me in the loop with everything. And I'll be honest, there were some problems with. Not problems, but there were some areas in my life that I wanted to, work on and, focus on becoming more of a pro. When it came to the football aspect of things, I was always all in. But when it comes to recovery and, taking care of things off the field. Those are some things not that I struggled with, but that there is room for growth. And when I look at someone like Shane, I feel like Shane, of course, if you ask him, he's going to say he has room for improvement, but I feel like he's a model of someone that I can, look at and just, try to model myself off of and just look at things he's doing this extra work, coming into the building way earlier than everyone, staying later than everyone, things like that it takes to be a pro, putting in the extra work and then just one thing that part of the reason why like that was so important to me and like how he's helped me with that is just I started just thinking to myself like enough is never enough. There's always more, and then the small things is what takes you to the next level. And I feel like that's exactly what I want to do here and what I'm gonna do here and what I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to do that.
You brought up the running backs in the room with you now. What's the one thing that you feel that you contribute that, says, hey, I this is the one thing I'm going to be known for here in Pitt?
See, that's hard. That's really, really, really hard. I don't really feel like there's just one thing that I can contribute. Obviously I feel like my balance is really, really good as far as, contact balance, taking hits, absorbing hits, and staying up. I feel like that's an area where I'm really strong in, but I feel like everyone has their thing or something that they're really, really good at. Izzy's extremely fast. I really feel like, but that's the thing, I don't know. I feel like all of us can do everything, and that's just how it is, honestly.
You made a national reference of it a few minutes ago. Pitt was picked 16th or 16th in the coaches poll, which came out today. What kind of reaction is that going to get from your teammates?
I didn't even know about it. It doesn't really mean too much to me. We're trying to be 1-0 every week, and wherever we end up at the end of the year, that's when we'll worry about it.
Is that something that the Notre Dame people worried about?
Nah.
Nah?
I'll be honest, nah, we didn't worry about that. We worried about being 1-0 every week, and that's my mentality that I'll keep moving forward.
You mentioned how Izzy's, of course, known for his speed, and Daniel Carter, of course, like the big thumper of the running back room, and Hammond known as like kind of a power runner, closer too. Do you consider yourself maybe then to be able to bring versatility and just maybe emerge as one of the most well-rounded guys in that room?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm definitely not as fast as Izzy. That boy has wheels, high hips. You can see it in his physique, everything. But I do feel like I'm really well-rounded in that aspect. Right now, I'm really just working to get my legs back under me. I spent a lot of time off. I wasn't with the team with Notre Dame in the spring. I didn't finish the season with Notre Dame, so I really was just training on my own this last 9-10 months. But coming back, I feel like, now that I'm starting to get my legs back, I can start to feel that I can still make those cuts. I still will run through someone. I still can, I got a little burst. I'm not Izzy's speed, but I think that is definitely something I can bring that I don't really lack in any area. But I don't think any of us lack in any area. It's hard to just say something about myself when, all the guys are they're really, really good. Everybody's really, really good. Even VD, he's not the biggest, but he'll run through you and he'll stay up. He's got great contact balance as well. So.
Anything final for Sibo?
You mentioned like how you hadn't been really able to train with the team at Notre Dame or here for 9 or 10 months, just working on your own. So how hard was it when you got to camp to get up to speed, and how do you feel like your conditioning compares to the rest of the guys, maybe?
Honestly, I really surprised myself. I feel like I was in a better spot than I assumed I'd be. I kind of got in my head and didn't know where I'd be when I stepped out here. I'll definitely say when I put the helmet back on for the first time, my neck hurt a little bit, but that's just not from having a helmet on. I think I'm right with everyone else. And one thing that I've really been harping on is I didn't have the time, the summer training. I didn't have the spring training. So what I'm doing is I stay after every day. I do extra running. In the weight room, we get done, I do extra. I come in the morning, I do extra, because I'm not looking at it as, I'm trying to, of course you're trying to outwork everyone, but also trying to set an example, but also for me, I feel like I'm playing catch up, so I have to go the extra mile. I have to do the extra, and I just have to keep pushing myself and by the time the season comes, maybe a week out, a week and a half out, yeah, I'll pull back a little bit. But right now, I'm doing everything I can. I'm pushing my body to the limit because I didn't get to do that. And yeah, that's just where I'm at with that.